everybody, and welcome to my channel, Everyday with Jackie. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell. That way you'll be aware each and every time that I upload a video. And for those of you that are returning to the channel, it's good to see you as always. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I have shopped my stash and pulled out all affordable makeup products to create a fall look. Eyes, complexion, everything. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in seeing, you'll have to keep watching. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I do have my little earbuds in because streaming church, it is Sunday. And I am going to do something that I never do. First, let me say my complexion. I don't have any more drugstore moisturizers. I just have all the products that I've purchased from Sephora and through my Allure Beauty box. So I went ahead and moisturized and did my eye cream and everything off camera because those items were not affordable. But I'm getting ready to do something that you guys know I never do, and that is that I'm going to do my brows first. You know I never do that. But in today's look, that's what we're going to do. And I am using my Rimmel London eyebrow pencil. Nice and sharp. And I'm not going to bore you with having you watch. I am just going to go ahead and do the brows off camera. And I'm also going to carve them out. Another thing that I hardly do, but you know, sometimes I am in the mood to do so. And then we will hop back on camera and finish out the look. As I said, today is Sunday. Our church actually, as I'm doing my brows on camera, our church actually we have been streaming service for a few months now. We actually started back going to church, or the doors of the church have been open since last week, but I, or my family, we are still streaming online. And actually, I have just really enjoyed the service online. You know, no distractions. You can sit here, listen to the message, and, you know, not be distracted by anything or anyone. So you do have to make reservations to go to church, meaning because they want to make sure they can space everyone out. So those that have a desire to go to church, you know, you have to call ahead and make reservations so they can make sure they have enough room, because they want to make sure they're able to space everyone out so everyone can be as safe as possible. And just going to do this eyebrow since I already started. I'm going to carve it out with my Fit Me concealer. Like I said, I haven't done the carving of the brows in a while, but occasionally I do so because I want a really good eye look today. Okay, uncarved, ungroomed, groomed and carved. So I'm gonna hop off and do this other one and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my brows on and I have used my concealer. I'm not using, you know, I brought it down a little bit, but I'm not using it for my eye primer. I'm gonna go ahead and put my face primer on so it could just go ahead and absorb into the skin. I am gonna use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer, and this is a matte primer. This is not my favorite primer, but it is the only one that I have that's an affordable primer. I don't like it because I just feel like it really doesn't do anything for me as far as controlling oils. or anything. And I tell you, I really do not, I really don't like doing my brows first because you have to be so careful once you have them done. And I'll be done by the end of the video. I'll be done, rubbed half of one brow off totally. So I'm gonna let that primer set, and I'm probably gonna go ahead, I think I'll go ahead also and put my pore filler on, but we're not gonna do anything else to the face because I don't wanna have fallout. Oh, I am using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I'm just gonna press this primer into my pores. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let that hang out until we get ready to continue on with our face. I did put a little concealer when I was carving out my eyebrows on, but I do want to use an eye concealer. So I'm going to use my Milani eyeshadow primer. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my eye primer, the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. And so you guys know I've been doing the Throwback Thursday series on my channel. I don't do it every Thursday, but I do it as much as I can. My last two segments were 3 looks, 1 palette. But actually the series is supposed to be about me using or shopping my stash, going through older products, not just eyeshadow palettes. So for today's video, we are going to do 1 look. And again, we're going to shop our stash for some older products that we have, as well as affordable. Okay, so I don't want it to get lost that when I do the Throwback Thursday that we're just making eyeshadow looks. We're supposed to be using our older products so we can get some more use out of them as well. But when I do 3 eyeshadow looks, I really don't have time to do, to do the complexion as well in the videos, because I'm trying to, condense them down so the videos are not so long. So in this video, that's why I'm going to do a full face of affordable products for a fall look. And this way, since I'm only going to do one eyeshadow look, I can go ahead and do my base as well. Just wanted to put that out there. So the palette that we are going to use today for our Throwback Thursday affordable fall eyeshadow look is by ColourPop. Today's palette that we're using is one of my favorite palettes. And if you have this palette, you guys, and I know a lot of you do, go ahead and pop it out. I did an eyeshadow look using this palette, and I put it on Instagram last week, and I got a lot of comments, but I don't think people were really commenting on my eyeshadow look. I think they were commenting on my lipstick color, because I had this orange sweater on and orange lipstick, and I had thrown my lashes on and did the eyeshadow look. I got a lot of, comments and a lot of good feedback, but it wasn't about the eyeshadow. But in that look, I did have the ColourPop Good Sport palette, and I really like this eyeshadow palette a lot. Let me show you what it looks like. And again, if you have this palette, go ahead and pull it out for fall, because this to me screams fall. So I like it a lot. And I've been, now, you know how I told you guys I was taking my Milani palette to work with me like every day, and I was using it all the time. Well, I have replaced that palette finally. Now this one has been traveling with me to school. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in today's look, because I've been yammering too much. Now the sun is coming out. So the first shade I am going to use, I'm gonna go into High Hopes. And for this palette, the shades are on the back and they're actually on the palette itself. And I love that. So we're gonna go in with this shade right here called High Hopes. And we're just going to put this kind of underneath our brow bone. Okay, and now I'm gonna dip back into the palette, and this time I'm gonna go in with the shade Hooky, which is this beautiful kind of a burnt orange. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the crease and a little above. Gonna go back into High Hopes. Just blend this color out just a little. I'm gonna go ahead and take Hooky and I'm gonna bring it down onto the outer corner of my lid. And then I'm going to dip in the shade Reckless. Just this shade right here. Now I'm just gonna, because I just want to darken this outer corner up just a little bit. I'm not gonna go in heavily. Just gonna layer it a little bit on top. Gonna go back into Hooky. And then I'm gonna go tap back into Reckless. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my lid shade, which is called Hooked. And this is the shade right here. Kind of looks like a mossy green. Look at that shade, that's so pretty. I'm gonna get my little brush because I want to clean that line up. Kind of gets wrinkled or lost in a sauce. I don't want to spray my brush because I think this shade is really pigmented all on its own. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't think I need to spray the brush. But I am going to go back in with Hooky. Clean this up a little bit. And now I'm going to kind of marry these two shades together. And then I'm going to take, I'm using 50 million brushes. Now I'm going to take this shade Licious, it's this pretty gold. And I'm going to swatch also Hooked. This is Hooked. It's kind of like a silver moss green. I just think it's a pretty. Right there. So I'm going to take Licious. And I'm just going to pop it right here. And that's why I wanted to do my face, my complexion last. Okay. So basically, wish I had a, well, that's in, see, I don't have in this palette, I don't have a brow bone, because this is kind of like a yellow shade. This is called Trooper. Oh, and it's so soft. It looks kind of beige, it's kind of yellow. So I think the concealer, I'm going to try it though. You know me. It is really yellow, but I don't think it's picking up that way on camera. So we'll just go ahead and set underneath our brow bone with this shade. It's like a butter color. You can kind of see it better right here, but looks good under there. So what I'm going to do is hop off, complete this eye, and then we'll come back and do the complexion together. Be right back. Okay, so I have both of my eyes caught up, and we're just going to go ahead and start on our complexion. Let's see, we are going to use our Maybelline Super Stay Foundation, and this is in the shade 356 Warm Coconut. And this foundation is a little too warm for me. So what I have been doing is I've been mixing it with a little sunscreen, kind of, you know, sheer it out just a little bit so the warm undertones are not so prevalent. But let me tell you, when you do this, be careful of your luminous products, because the sunscreen is luminous and it will add a glow. But I do like it because it helps the shade. And I have a little spatula that I mix everything together. And I have my beauty sponge. It's still a little damp. And we'll just go ahead and start applying the foundation. See how warm it is? That is one thing I wish, that they had more foundation shades. And then for our under eye concealer, we're going to go in with our Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And this is the shade 14610. And now I'm going to just go ahead and go right in and set. And I'm going to use the Black Radiance powder again. And for an all over powder, we are going to use our Maybelline. We have our Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade Medium Deep. And for contour, we're going to go into our Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. We're going to go in here for bronzing and contouring. So we're going to use the Sculpt to bronze. Okay, and I'm just going to take a little contour. I'm going to use my NYX Professional Makeup Brush. I'm going to use a little contour. And when I use this palette for contouring, I typically contour with both of these shades mixed because this one is really rich. So I'm going to mix these two. I get carried away with the contour, so I'll just put that there for a minute to clean it up. And let's see. We're going to use our Warm Berry, and this is by Black Radiance. This is their Artesian Baked Blush. And I don't want to leave this too long, so let's just go ahead and clean it up. And we have our blush on. I'm gonna do a little highlight. I'm gonna go in with our Morphe brush. Going back into this palette. Right here. It's called Highlight. Okay, enough of that. So let's go and do our lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go with Picante today. And this is by Milani. And going back into the palette, and we're gonna go in with the shade Hooky. Now let's go in with Reckless right here. We're just going to put it right here. Clean our brush, and then we're going to go in with Hooky. And then we're going to pick up some more of Licious. And then we're going to do the same thing on this eye over here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put some mascara on. And I am using my Essence. Let me put the mascara on, and we'll be right back to do our lip color. Okay, so we are back to go ahead and put our lip color on. I had to let my phone charge up a little bit, so right at the end of the last clip it may cut out just a little bit because my phone was done. So what I have here is a lip pencil by Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade 3640 Fab Fuchsia. And we're just going to go ahead and line our lips with this. This is what the pencil looks like. Last time I did an all drugstore look, you guys let me get to the very end of the video and put on a Huda Beauty lipstick. And I didn't even notice until I had posted pictures on Instagram and I was tagging the brands, and then I did hashtag Huda Beauty. And I was like, oh, what? Nobody said anything in the comments about it. I was just done. And for our lipstick, I thought we would, since we have kind of a orange and burgundy going on, I thought we would go ahead and with our 49 Brandy Berry, and this is by Milani. Making sure we're not using anything other than drugstore. And let me make sure I'm in the lines. So you guys, this is the final look. I will come in a little closer so you can see everything. Here is our eye look for today. Hold on, let me turn down. Church is restarting and I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. So I hope that you do like the eye look for today. Again, I think the look came out really well, but that's just my own personal opinion. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think. Scooting you back out. Kind of have like a fall shirt going on. And this is it. This is the final look. So I thank everyone for joining me for today's video. This is our Throwback Thursday video where we featured the ColourPop Good Sport palette, as well as we shopped our stash and pulled out products that were all affordable, 99% drugstore. Some people feel like, you know, ColourPop is still drugstore. So I don't want to say this was all drugstore, depending on how you feel about ColourPop. If you think that's kind of drugstore, then this is 100% drugstore. So if you do like these types of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell. That lets you know every time that I upload a video, and share the channel because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you are always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, thank everyone so much for tuning in and joining me for today's video. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful Sunday, which when you see this, it'll be Thursday. Bye-bye, everybody.